Hello everyone, here we are once again, round number 6 of TATA Steel Masters 2023, and one of the decisive games was Wesley So's win against Vincent Keymer of Germany. It's Wesley's first win after drawing the first 5 games, so now Wesley is starting his climb to the top. He's currently at 4th place right now with 3.5, a point behind the leader Nuderbeck. Okay, let's check out the game. Wesley was white, started with e4. Vincent went for e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6. Okay, Vincent has been employing the Royal Locus in this tournament. Just yesterday, he lost to Aronian with the Royal Locus. Okay, so Wesley, I think, was like, okay, let's go for it. Bishop a4, knight f6, castles. Bishop into e7, rook e1, b5, bishop to b3. Castles. Okay, here Wesley went for a4. In that game, Aronian played d3. And then d6, c3, h6. Bishop c2 was played by Aronian in that game. Rook into e8, knight bd2, bishop goes to f8, g4. Bishop goes to b7 and e5. Knight into b8, b3, c6, c4, and a5. And after that, Aronian squeezed out with a very instructive endgame. Okay, and also this game, Wesley went into the endgame. I started with a4 first, all right. So white's threat, of course, is a takes d5 with that pin on the rook on a8. So b4, okay, another way here would be rook to b8. Takes on b5, takes on b5, and probably c3. Typical, d6 and h3, h6. Wesley, okay, sorry. Keymer went for b4. Wesley played a5, rook into b8. Okay, black's plan will be rook to b5. Yeah. Sorry, rook to b5 here. And then either the rook or the knight captures the a5 pawn. So Wesley didn't go for d3, but played d4 straight away. Knight takes d4, knight takes d4. If he plays d3 in this kind of position, let's say you play d3 here, black would definitely okay, black will go for bishop c5 here, I guess. Yeah. Moving away the bishop, because if you play rook to b5, for example, this bishop a4, rook takes a5, knight bd2, yeah, and that would be knight b3. So d4 takes, e5, knight e8. I like this pawn in e5 space. An early strike by Wesley, because if, let's say black plays d6, for example, Wesley will go b5 here. The knight has no square, because the rook was on b8. Compared, okay, let's compare it with, let's say, a move like h6, for example. If you go d4 and you go d6, if d5, at least you have knight b8, yeah. Although bishop d2 is a target at this point. Okay, so d4 takes, e5, queen takes d4, rook to b5, bishop c4, c5, queen d3. A very important positional sacrifice by Wesley. Takes a5, queen takes a5, knight bd2. Okay, white has better pieces compared to black's knight and e8, the rook and f8, bishop and c8, underdeveloped, yeah. Queen into c7, knight into f3. All right, the control of the e5 square. h6 was great. Now let's take a look at d6. If d6, this bishop g5. That was Wesley's plan. Because if you take your white threatening mate on h7, if you go g6, then I push e6. Oops. This is decisive. e7 is coming up. And also the take on f7. Oops. Black was forced to play the move h6 to stop the threat on g5. So where's the bishop f4? Again, d6 is not possible. Okay, let's take d6 once again. D6, Queen G6. Whoops. And why not earlier? Okay, why not earlier? Let's take a look at Queen G6 here. This Queen C6. Yes. Because the line is still open. This line is still open. So that's why Wesley played Bishop F4 first. So if Black plays D6, it's tricky. Then he can go into G6. Threat would be take on H6. That's a pin on the king. All right. I think Keymer saw that plan, so he played Queen C6 to stop that move, Queen G6. That's the Bishop D5, King D5, Queen F5, keeping the Queen, of course. Bishop B7. Black has to eliminate the pieces from the white side, or else he will just die, especially with that knight on E8 and rook on F8, yeah? He has to liquidate. Takes on B7, takes on B7, D1, and what to do with the D7 pawn. Now, C7 was played, okay, but D6 is still playable, but takes, knight takes, bishop takes, D8, and I have queen takes E5. Okay, queen B8, yeah. Oh, queen B8, and maybe, I don't know. Maybe queen C6, yeah, queen C6, queen D6, queen D6, queen takes D6, queen takes D6. This will be an interesting endgame. But I prefer white with that active king. 2, 3, and C4. White may be slightly better. Okay, so Keymer had to sacrifice D7 back. Okay, I had to give it back. D7 by Wesley, pinning the bishop, pinning the knight and attacking the bishop. Go to D8. Okay. This would D1 back rank on D1. Wesley cannot take the bishop on E7. H4. Luft. Escape square for the king. G6, Queen D3, Queen C8, forcing the exchange, takes, and takes. All right. Now we have a majority for Wesley on the king side with this 4 pawns against 2. Of course, Wesley now in the beginning he sacrificed a pawn, but after the exchanges is now up a pawn. He just needs to be careful with the king side majority for Black here with 3-4-2. Okay, so A5, B3. All right, I'm stopping A4 and C4. All right, A4 and also C4. Right there. So knight to B5, bishop into C1. It was also possible, I guess, for Wesley to go king F1. Maybe he saw this. Takes. Should be 3, and then C4 takes. Better for white, I guess. An endgame, again, the active king. They went for bishop C1 and C4. No, he anticipated knight A3 and C4. E4, Wesley went for G3. Okay, it's tricky. If you take this one, there's knight takes C4. And Black has this B3, B2, yeah? B3 and B2. It's hard to stop. So Wesley played G3. What a move here. Nice waiting move. That's why Wesley is an elite player. He's finding this quiet moves. And after that, it's Black who blinked. Okay, he was forced to take on B3 and knight E2. I think he needs to find F6, yeah. Because if he plays bishop to C7 to attack the pawn, Wesley was going for bishop B2 here, of course. And it's not easy for Black. So F6 has to be played, E6, F5, bishop F6, takes, and probably this is holdable, yeah? Could be a draw. One up for white, but Black can sacrifice at least one minor piece for that pawn to hold the draw. But knight b1 is different. Wesley now can take because there's no more knight takes c4. Okay, Black thought that it was the same. He probably wanted to go bishop a5 and bishop into c3 with that pawn push on b3 and b2. But king f1, bishop a5, bishop b2 first. Knight c3, knight d2. Okay, it's a miscalculation from Keymer. Wesley gets the upper hand, 2 pawns up. Knight d2, simplifying into a 1 pawn endgame. Bishop, look at this pawn to h8. Here he is. The pawn on h5, sorry, on h4 to h8, in line with that bishop. Wesley likes this kind of position, you know, when he dominates. Is the domination of the bishop later on. King e to king 7, king d3, knight b6, king e4. Speaking of domination, knight a for bishop a1. That's it. The domination of the bishop. Bishop dominates the knight, and knight has no square to go. c3 is king d3, king d5, h5. The outside pass pawn. After c2, king takes c2, it's game over. Very neat. Okay, there were some chances for Black just to hold, but Wesley was controlling the whole time. Yeah. Good endgame technique, nice preparation also. Okay. These are very important ingredients to be successful in a game. So that was it. Wesley starts on a winning track. That's his first win. After 5 consecutive draws. So he's now with 3.5, tied for 4th place. Noderbeck with, Wesley 3.5, was Noderbeck 4.5 out of 6. And next is Giri with 4. And who else is at 4? Caruana, yeah, after winning today. So it's Wesley on number 4. Yeah. So still anybody's game. It's 13 rounds, yeah, round robin. 14 players. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting our channel, Charts Mouse Chess and Charts Mouse Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. We will continue our coverage of the TATA Steel Masters 2023 in the days to come. This is Coach Oliver once again. Stay safe, everyone, and have a good day. Bye.